Srimad Bhagavatam, Shamaveto Bhakta Vrinda ki Namo Vishwapadaya Krishna Krishnaya Shrimati Namaste Saraswati Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 9, Dhruva Maharaj returns home. Text 25. Tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam upariṣṭād ṛṣibhyas tvam yato nāvartate gataḥ tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam upariṣṭād ṛṣibhyas tvam yato nāvartate tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam upariṣṭād ṛṣibhyas tvam yato nāvartate gataḥ tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam
yato nāvartate gataḥ.
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ.
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ. sarva-loka-namaskṛtam. upariṣṭād yato nāvartate gataḥ.
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ.
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ. sarva-loka-namaskṛtam. upariṣṭād tvam. yato nāvartate gataḥ.
Mataji,
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ.
tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ.
sarva-loka-namaskṛtam.
sarva-loka-namaskṛtam.
upariṣṭād
upariṣṭād tvam.
nāvartate
yato nāvartate gataḥ.
tataḥ,
tataḥ.
thereafter.
Thereafter,
Gantāsi,
gantāsi.
you will go.
You will go.
Mat-sthānaṁ,
mat-sthānam.
to my abode.
To my abode.
Sarva-loka,
sarva-loka.
by all planetary systems.
By all planetary systems.
namaḥ-kṛtam,
namaḥ-kṛtam.
offer obeisances.
Obeisances.
upariṣṭād,
upariṣṭād.
situated higher.
Situated higher.
ṛṣibhyas,
ṛṣibhyas.
than the planetary system of the rishis.
Then the planetary system of the ṛṣis.
tvam,
Tvam.
you,
You.
yataḥ,
Yataḥ.
wherefrom,
Wherefrom.
na, never,
Never.
āvartate,
Āvartate.
will come back.
Will come back.
gataḥ,
Gataḥ.
having gone there.
Having gone there.
Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. The Personality of Godhead continued. My dear Dhruva, after your material life in this body, you will go to my planet, which is always offered obeisances by the residents of the other planetary systems. It is situated above the planets of the 7 rishis, and having gone there, you will never have to come back again to this material world. So please repeat after me. The personality of Godhead continued.
The personality of Godhead continued.
My dear Dhruva,
My dear Dhruva,
after your material life in this body,
after your material life in this body,
you will go to my planet,
you will go to my planet,
which is always offered obeisances
which is always offered obeisances
by the residents of all other planetary systems.
by the residents of all other planetary systems.
It is situated above
It is situated above
the planets of the 7 rishis,
the planets of the 7 rishis,
and having gone there,
and having gone there,
you will never have to come back again to this material world.
you will never have to come back again to this material world.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, the word nāvartate is very significant. The Lord says, you will not come back to this material world, for you will reach mat-sthānaṁ, my abode. Therefore, Dhruva-loka, or the upariṣṭād, is the abode of Lord Vishnu within this material world. Upon it, there is an ocean of milk. And within that ocean, there is an island known as Shvetadvīp. It is clearly indicated that this planet is situated above the 7 planetary systems of the rishis. And because their planet is Vishnu-loka, and because this planet is Vishnu-loka, it is worshipped by all other planetary systems. It may be questioned here, what will happen to the planet known as Dhruva-loka at the time of dissolution of this universe? The answer is simple. Dhruva-loka remains like other Vaikuntha lokas beyond this universe. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented in this connection that the very word nāvartate indicates that this planet is eternal. tato gantāsi mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam upariṣṭād yato nāvartate. So, Dhruva Maharaj's wonderful character is being described here. Dhruva Maharaj is Brahma's great-grandson. Brahma's son is Shayambhava Manu. Shayambhava Manu's son is Uttanipad, and Uttanipad's son. Uttanipad was the ruler of the entire planet at that time. And unfortunately, Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by him. This anecdote goes like, Uttanipad had two wives, Suniti and Suruchi. Suniti was the mother of Dhruva Maharaj, and Suruchi was the mother of Dhruva Maharaj's brother, Uttam. And unfortunately, Dhruva Maharaj's father was so attracted to a younger wife, Suruchi, that he was neglecting Suniti. And so one day, when Dhruva first saw that his brother was sitting on his father's lap, so he also wanted to sit on his father's lap. His father was initially willing to take him on his lap. But his stepmother, Suruchi, reacted in a very, very unpleasant way. She just told him that, no, you can't sit there. She thought that sitting on the father's lap was synonymous to sitting on the throne of his father. So she wanted to reserve the throne for her son. Sometimes the mothers become very ambitious and they become very envious also. Actually, this is a display of her envy, because by birth, Dhruva is the successor to the throne. Because the Vedic culture is that the eldest son inherits the father's legacy. So, Dhruva just was the natural successor to his father's throne, being the eldest son. But Suruchi did not want that. She thought she wanted that her son should become the king. And she could very easily maneuver that, because she was the dear one. She was the dear to the king. The similar was the case also with Kaikeyi, the mother of Bharat, the youngest wife of Dasarath. Generally, when people have many wives, they become most attracted to the youngest one. Because she is the youngest. She is the, and naturally, probably she is more beautiful than others and so forth. So, material nature. So, Kaikeyi, Dasarath was very attached to Kaikeyi. Although Kaushalya, Ramchandra's mother, was the principal queen. The mother of Ramchandra, she was the queen mother, because Ramchandra, being the eldest son, was the natural successor to the throne. But you all know what happened to Ramayana. What happened after that? Kaikeyi got two boons from Dasarath. She cashed on to these two boons at that time, being provoked by her maidservant, Manthara, Manthara advised her that, look, reminded her that Dasharatha wanted to give her 2 boons that she did not accept at the time. And she just told that, well, in future if I need something, I will. When Dasharatha said, please ask anything from me, I'll give it to you. 2 boons I want to give you. But Kaikeyi's reaction was, you have given me everything, I don't need anything. So why should I ask for it? And Dasharatha said, okay, if ever you need anything, if you ever want something from me, you can have the boons. So Manthara reminded him, do you remember? Dasharatha wanted to give you these 2 boons. So now is the time to take advantage of these 2 boons. First boon, my son Bharat will become the king of Ayodhya. That means my son Bharat will be the successor to the throne. And the second boon, Ram has to go to the forest for 14 years. Because it will be risky to have Ram around if Bharat became the king. Because Ram was so popular among the citizens that Manthara figured it out. That we have to get rid of Ram in order to secure Bharat's position. And 14 years in the forest, maybe some Rakshasa will be. So 14 years is a long time. He may not even come back, and even if he comes back, by the time Bharat has established himself. So here also we find a similar situation. It didn't go that far though. It didn't go that far, but that she asked for the boon for her son to be the crown prince. But she expressed her internal feeling. My son is going to be the king, not you. And she told Dhruva that in order to sit on your father's lap, you have to be born first in mine. And Dhruva being insulted like that, he was deprived. You cannot well understand, like just a 6 years old boy wanted to sit on his father's lap, and he is deprived. No, you can't sit. So Dhruva just went to his mother and told her. So mother already knew her situation, that the king is neglecting her. She was practically no one in relation to the king. The king is totally unconcerned about her. So she, in a very pitiable way, a very pathetic way, she described her inability to do anything. But she gave Dhruva very good advice. That the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a supreme control. Everything happens by His arrangement. So you can ask Him for His favor. Just express your anguish, express your hurt feelings to Him. And when Dhruva asked, where can I find him? Then her mother very wisely told that when people want to find him, they go to the forest. Sadhus go to the forest to perform austerity, to be detached from everything and be engaged in unalloyed devotional service. So Dhruva took his mother's words for granted and he went to the forest, just a 6-year-old. You can see that, this situation was so intense. Like parents don't even want to let a 6-year-old boy son go out on the street संभाल के रहना, एक्सीडेंट ना हो जाए, माया डायना मोड़ के देखना. So that is how caring generally, that is how the parents did achieve. But Dhruva Maharaj's mother allowed him to go. Okay, fine, go. Such a. So this is how we also can see what an implicit faith Sumiti had, Dhruva's mother had in the Supreme Personality of God. She knew that if my son goes out in search of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he will give him all protection. And that's what we also have to understand. When we go in search for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will give us all protection. Because ultimately he is the Supreme Controller, and that is the ultimate goal of our life. So Dhruva went and he was searching. Not in Bhagavatam, but in other Puranas, there are some descriptions of that, how Dhruva was searching. Like he didn't know who Hari was, and he didn't know, the 6-year-old boy, he didn't know who is who. So whoever he came across, he just asked, "Are you Hari?" And who was he coming across in the forest? Lion. A lion came roaring, and Dhruva innocently asked, "Are you Hari?" So Hari, in the heart of the lion, just came and walked away from him. "No, I'm sorry, I am not Hari." A tiger came. Some snakes came, huge python, came to devour him. And Dhruva just innocently was asking him. So seeing Dhruva's sincere intent, Narad Muni, who actually is the spiritual master of everyone, came there. And Narad Muni told him, "Are you Dhruva? You are too young for this. When you grow up, then maybe you can go for, because to find Hari is not an easy job." But Dhruva was absolutely determined. No, I want to see. So seeing Dhruva's determination, Narad Muni guided him on his spiritual. He gave him a mantra to meditate upon, and he instructed how to meditate upon. Your sincerity, your focus, your meditation should be so intense, so serious, so sincere, that you will not be concerned about anything. Like, you should completely focus your consciousness onto Supreme Personality. So, also he instructed that you take bath in the river 3 times a day and just meditate upon the mantra. And so as a result of that, Dhruva Maharaj started to lose interest for every material activity. Already he was in the forest, practically detached from everything. But still there are attachments for food. The body needs food. But Narad Muni, Dhruva Maharaj is focused. Dhruva Maharaj is focused on the holy name, the mantra that Narad Muni gave. He was so absorbed in meditation, he forgot about it. Stopped it. Mind you, this is not an artificial thing. Like sometimes it happens, like we fast, especially on Nirjala Ekadasi. And before we even start our fast, when we see when is the breakfast time. And while fasting, what we are meditating on? Next day, part of time, and what we are going to eat, when we are going to eat. About that, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvendriyani samyamya ja aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vipuratma mitthacara samachara. He is controlling the senses, meditating. Sarvendriyani samyamya, controlling the senses. But ja aste manasa smaran, in his mind, he is simply contemplating on the objects of the senses. That is not meditation. And therefore Krishna is saying, Indriya arthan vimura, that person, that stupid, that fool, vimura, that fool is simply dwelling in his sense. And he is a pretender and a cheat. It should be real. And that you can see in Dhruva is stop eating, stop drinking, stop eating. It's not that you are artificially trying to pranayama, so-called pranayama, to cure diabetes. That's what is going on in the name of pranayama now. This is the thing. Dhruva Maharaj naturally stopped eating, naturally stopped drinking, naturally stopped. Due to the higher taste. We can give up the lower taste only by getting the higher taste. Unless you get the higher taste, you can't give the lower taste. We can see before we became devotees, we had so many bad habits. Some simple bad habits. Drinking tea in the morning. Right? Or such. For Bengalis, eating fish and non-veg stuff. In Madhya Pradesh, bhi aajkal. How many of you were vegetarians before we came to Krishna? Wow, fortunate souls. Very good. But nowadays, not many people are vegetarian. Most of them are not vegetarian. Madhya Pradesh is a special place. Or Gujarat. And if somebody told us to give up those habits, it would have been very difficult. But after you became Krishna conscious, was it difficult? Huh? Why not? Someone who was a non-vegetarian can tell. Priyavrata?
Acquired a higher taste.
Very good. By getting the higher taste.
Everything became very easy.
Right. The taste of Krishna Prasad is better than anything else. So, similarly, many people had bad habits like smoking cigarettes. I've been told it's very, those who smoke cigarettes, very difficult. They try it so many ways. They even take some sort of chemicals not to get the urge. Sometimes they take a dummy cigarette and hold it and try to pretend as if they're smoking. Still they can't give up. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, some people are so addicted to alcohol, they can't give up. They go mad. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, some people are addicted to some very heavy drugs, like heroin, cocaine, which they say is impossible to give up. But coming to Krishna consciousness, they can give up. Why? The higher taste. So that is the secret. The higher taste. Jagatva param drishta nivartante. By getting the higher taste, one gives up the lower taste. So, in this way, Dhruva Maharaj performed severe austerities. And then the Supreme Personality of Godhead gave him his darshan. Dhruva was meditating on the Lord in the heart. And then all of a sudden, the Lord disappeared. And when that happened, he was so absorbed in meditating on the beautiful form of the Lord that when he could see the form of the Lord in his heart or internally, in his anxiety, Dhruva just stood up, jumped up. Like when you have something very wonderful and then all of a sudden you lose it, how do you feel? Dhruva Maharaj felt that. But then he saw the Lord was standing in front of him. Same way, same form. And here you can see the Lord is giving him the benedictions. What a wonderful blessing. Dhruva, at the end of your life, you'll come to my Dhruva-loka. And the description of Dhruva-loka is given. The Dhruva-loka is the topmost region of it, the abode of the Lord, where the Lord eternally resides. It is beyond the 7 stars, Saptarshi Mandalas, super constellation. When we are young, we used to point out the Dhruva whole star. How? The 7th star that looks like a question mark. And you draw a line from 2 top ones, and where the line meets in 1 star, that is whole star. And that star doesn't move. That star is always fixed. Dhruva-loka is fixed. All the other planets, all the other stars are moving around Dhruva. Why? Because that is the abode of the Lord. And the whole universe is rotating around. So this is how Dhruva Maharaj was blessed by the Lord, having the opportunity to reside in his planet. And Prabhupada is pointing out that from that planet, or this verse is actually pointing out, that tato mat-sthānaṁ sarva-loka-namaskṛtam upariṣṭād ṛṣibhyas yato nāvartate nāvartate. Āvartate means to come back. Nāvartate means doesn't mean. Jagatva, again, the same point. Jagatva nivartate. Here the word has been expressed as used as āvartate, and there it is nivartate. Here it is singular number, there is plural. Nivartante. Jagatvan nivartante tvam. So this is the Paramadham, which is the topmost region, and Prabhupada in the purport is pointing out that above Dhruva Loka there is the milk ocean, and in the milk ocean there is an island known as Sveta-deep. Sveta means white. The island in the milk ocean is white, and the Lord resides there. So this is how Dhruva Maharaj, this special position has been indicated. And something also happened in between. When Dhruva Maharaj the Lord was giving him the benediction, that okay, your desire will be fulfilled, you will rule over your father's kingdom for so long and so forth. But Dhruva was not interested now. Now that he got a higher taste, he is not interested. Why do I care for my father's kingdom? But the Lord said, no, you accept that. You become the ruler of the and when you leave this body, then you come. mat-sthānaṁ, my place. So that also proves another thing, another point, that a devotee, when one takes to devotional service, he does not desire. Devotee's mood is na dhanam, na janam, na sutta. A devotee does not want anything. But when one takes to devotional service, the Lord fulfills all his desires. Not all his desires. Some of the desires that the Lord feels that should be fulfilled. Although the devotee doesn't want it, the Lord actually fulfills. So that's what we see here also with Dhruva Maharaj. Since he had this desire in his heart, Lord fulfilled his desire, and then ultimately he brought him to his lotus. And a devotee, even though he is materially situated, he is not interested in anything in this world. But when the Lord fulfills his desires, he executes that responsibility with full sincerity as a servant of the Lord. Yes, Lord will make his devotees a king of some country or the entire earth planet. And what will the devotee do? He'll think, oh, now that I have become a king, let me enjoy. Devotee's mood is okay. Now that the Lord has placed me in this situation, let me try to serve him and spread his glory and help everybody. That is the mood of the devotee all the time. And that way we will see Krishna will place the devotees in a big position, responsible position. He will make them kings, he will make them the rude monarchs of the earth planet, he will make them king of the heavenly planet, he will make them Brahmas of different universes. But what will the devotee do? The devotee's mood is okay, the Lord has placed me in this situation, so let me see how I can serve. And bigger responsibility means greater opportunity. Or greater opportunity means bigger responsibility. Responsibility to serve the Lord. So, Krishna will reward us in various ways, but we should always think that our business is to use everything that we are receiving from Krishna for the service of Krishna. Sometimes devotees come and admit, some devotees that after they became devotees, they become so successful in life. And I remind them, okay, Krishna has given you so much. Now how much you give to Krishna? That is the most important consideration. Krishna is giving you, and recognize Krishna is giving you this opportunity, this facility to serve Him. So serve. And then what happens? The more you serve Krishna, greater becomes the reward. This has been very wonderfully described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Gop Kumar, in the second part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Gop Kumar he becomes a king. A cowherd boy, he became a king of the country. Then he becomes the king of heaven. Then even he becomes Lord Brahma. He gets the position of Lord Brahma. And finally he goes out of the material nature, goes to the spiritual side. So this way we see that when we get one position, we execute our responsibility in this position very nicely, then Krishna will give us a greater position. Isn't it natural? When an employee does the work for the master very nicely, doesn't the master give him promotion? To a greater situation? And it goes on like that for a devotee. Krishna keeps on rewarding in the most wonderful way. Not that the devotees think that, oh, okay, if I serve nicely, Krishna will reward me. No. Devotee's mood is, Krishna has already rewarded me. He gave me devotional service to Him. He gave me the opportunity to serve Him. So what greater facility do I need? I am perfectly alright being a devotee. I don't want anything. All I want is to get it. Sharga apavarga, whether I am in the heavenly planet or whether I am in the tullatha darshina, whether I am in the hellish planet. To a devotee is both the same. Whether he is in the heavenly planet or he is in the hellish planet, whether he is suffering or whether he is enjoying. He is always absorbed in serving the Lord, and that is how we transcend material platform. When one is transcendental to the material platform, does it really matter what his situation in the material platform is? So that is how wonderful the Lord is, and that is how wonderfully He rewards His devotees. Gaur Premanandi, Dhruva Maharaj, Gaur. Does anybody have any question?
Well, I have a couple of questions. First is, the Dhruva is already a Vaikuntha planet where the Lord is residing. So obviously it is preceded by the Lord Himself. So when the Lord awards Dhruva Maharaj the rulership of Dhruva-loka, what does it mean? Because the Lord is already personally present. So how can someone understand that?
Yeah, this is the spiritual world in the material name. Therefore, the Lord is present, but He is inactive there. And He awards Dhruva Maharaj the responsibility to rule that place, take care of that place. The Lord may award His servant the facility or opportunity to take care of His own. So that's what He did. Therefore, now it is, instead of Vishnu-loka, now it's Dhruva-loka. And what's another question?
Sometimes when the fasting or ekadasi is broken by mistake, and we realize that it is broken. So I heard that actually we should not fast on Dvadashi, rather we should fast on Trayadashi.
Who told you?
I heard in some lectures, some devotees, but
Okay, I can tell you my personal experience. Once we mistakenly broke 2 grains on Ekadasi. First thing is Prabhupada chastised us. Not so much us, the senior one who was supposed to be a Pandit. That was Prabhupada's Sanskrit editor, Dr. Tato. He was American, Sanskrit scholar. And he used to carry all this trunk full of books with him. And Prabhupada said that carrying all these books I can't even remember. Can't even figure out when these are coming. So then Prabhupada told us to fast the next day. Is a question from Guru Goranga from Florida. Where do ISKCON devotees get instruction for service? From Srila Prabhupada's books, their personal spiritual master, or from Super, or from their internal desire? Very good question. Actually, it can be from any of these 4, but we have to see that ultimately in ISKCON, the real instructions are coming from Srila Prabhupada's books. In ISKCON, since Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, Prabhupada's books are the basis. And Prabhupada's books are not different from the scriptures. Prabhupada's books are actually the presentation of the scriptures in the most sublime way for our understanding. So Prabhupada's books are the basis, and so now, as you say, like next is spiritual master from super soul and from the internal desire. Now, especially the spiritual masters must instruct according to Srila Prabhupada's books. Their instruction should be in line with Prabhupada. We may think that we are getting some instruction from our super soul, but we have to verify the instruction of the super soul with Prabhupada's instruction, whether it's in sync with that. If it is not, it's mental concoction, it's the super soul. And similarly, internal desire, if the internal desire is not in sync with Srila Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's instructions, again, mental concoction, so reject. Harsha from Boston. Why is Mayapur not popular as Balaji temple in South India only? Once coming to Krishna consciousness, we come to know about Mayapur, but most people know about Balaji temple. Very good question, Harsha. So, the main reason is, first reason I'll say, in this age of Kali, just as the Lord's identity is hidden, Lord's dham also is hidden. Actually, Mayapur is the most important dham in this age. But people are not aware of it. But by Prabhupada's mercy, the people are getting to know about Mayapur. And they are coming. About 35 years back, 36 years back, when I went to Mayapur, there was nothing there. Can you imagine? There were only 3 rickshaws plying in that whole area. 3 rickshaws, the mode of communication. That shows how many people used to go there. But now, by Prabhupada's mercy, Mayapur is becoming known all over the world. And people are coming, and their number will keep on increasing. So that is one consideration. The other consideration why Balaji temple is so popular You see, Balaji's temple is popular because people think that if they pledge to Balaji, if they promise something, if they ask something from Balaji and make a condition, they will get their desire fulfilled. For example, they think that if they make a condition, Balaji, if I make X amount of profit in my business, then half will go to you and half will go to me. And it happens. Like, the understanding is that Balaji, when he got married, he got into such big debt that those who helped him to pay his debt back, he blesses them. So most of the time people just go to Balaji's temple with some material desire. And in this world, people are generally materially motivated. They just go thinking, oh, if I go there, then I'll get this benefit. But they don't have any understanding that Balaji and Krishna are non-different. Balaji is Krishna. And when you go to Krishna, Krishna can fulfill all our desires. But it's better not to ask for anything, like just as Dhruva Maharaj. He asked for something, but then later on he realized, why did I do that? Like, it's something like, go to a very rich person, and the rich person is willing to give you whatever you want. And then you say, well, please give me $5. $5 you could give even from a bum in the street. Why did you have to go to the rich man to get this $5? In that respect, I remember one anecdote that an old lady was collecting some wood in the forest. And then after she collected the wood and tied them up, she found that it was very difficult to lift it. And while trying to lift it, she just called out, oh Krishna. So Krishna appeared, so why are you calling me? And she said, can you please help me lift this bundle on my head? Most of the people's attitude is something like, Krishna, can you please lift this bundle on my head? Krishna can solve all our problems. Let's look at that. Solution to all our problems, not just some solution to a simple problem. Anyway, don't worry. Mayapur will become the most famous tirtha for all people in this age. So next question is Tribhanga Mohan Das from Pune. Dhruva was a noble child, but nowadays some devotee children exhibit materialistic tendency and parents support them since they are also not serious devotees. So how they will make progress in Krishna consciousness? Well, generally children will have materialistic tendencies because they're children. But the parents should actually have the wisdom to give the children proper answer. Must give them Krishna consciousness. That's why first the parents have to become Krishna conscious. Now in order to make parents Krishna conscious, you have to preach. Don't just put the blame on the parents. Oh, why aren't you giving the children the right? Now you go means we all have to go. Teach the parents about what should be their instructions to the children. And then only they will make progress in Krishna consciousness. Next question is Sanjay Hasija, Indore. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances. Guru Maharaj, me and my family become very happy to come in Ujjain temple. We got lot of love, respect, and real taste of life and feel like Vrindavan. I just want to give thanks to you and all the respected devotees. Thank you, Sanjay, and at least the devotees who are present here, I conveyed your love, respect, and everything. So next question is Devanjan Krishna Das. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Dhruva Maharaj was determined to see Lord. To continue in our devotional service, how can I be determined? Sometimes we become lazy in Krishna consciousness. So Guru Maharaj, my question is, how to always be determined like Dhruva Maharaj? What is the way to become determined always in our sadhana? To become determined in our sadhana, we have to be in the right association. If you are situated in the right association of the sadhus, then by being in their presence, you will hear about Krishna, you will see that how they themselves are always absorbed in Krishna consciousness, and you will also understand the importance of being Krishna conscious. And that is how you will become fixed up in sadhana. So another question here, handwritten one. Tushtatma Krishna Das. If we go back to Godhead, then we don't have to come back again. As a devotee of Krishna, he knows everything. What do you mean by as a devotee of Krishna, he knows it? Even he knew about the external potency of Krishna very clearly. We all remain in the abode of Krishna. Then why have we fallen down in this material world? Just maybe some out of curiosity, you wanted to see what is outside of Krishna. Krishna bohi mukhaya Bhagavancha kare, just as he turned his face away from Krishna. Nikatastha maya tato. Maya, which is very close by, grabs. So at least you know that because of turning your face away from Krishna, you got yourself into this mess. Now how are you going to solve that problem? Just look at Krishna and never look away. Okay? Let us take this one. Sai Baba left his words for more than 100 years, but still people are worshipping him, and they have constructed so many temples of him. Do they really get some material benefit, or it is completely bogus? I don't know about material benefit, but one thing I can tell you, they don't get any spiritual benefit. Because unless and until one gets Krishna consciousness, material benefit they can get. Not that this we are talking about Siddhi Sai Baba, who left 100 years ago. Even the recent one, the Sapta Sai Baba, people used to get something from him. Some of them got ash, and some of them got cash. And they got something. And that's why they become attractive. I mean, I heard not only in India, from Singapore and Hong Kong, Chinese people used to come in chartered planes. They used to hire planes. And 200, 300 people used to come to suicide. Because they think that they would get some material. They didn't come for some spiritual. King Uttanapad also neglected Dhruva in one sense. What was the result of the offense? Yeah, when Dhruva Maharaj was making spiritual advancement, then Narad Muni went and met Uttanapad and he advised. And Uttanapad then became very... Uttanapad was already feeling lamentation. That, oh, my 6-year-old son left home. I'm so cruel, father. In spite of being my father, I treated my son in such a way. So he was lamenting and he was thinking that a child has gone to the forest. Probably he has been eaten up by some wild animal. Or he lost his way. How will he come back? Once we go into the forest, how will he come back? So, but Narad Muni came and consoled him. Don't worry, your son is doing fine. And very soon he will receive the mercy of the Lord. Yes. It actually. So that 14 years must have been according to their calculation. The calculation is the lifespan is 100 years. Out of that 100 years, okay.
Well, like Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita, and he was pointed out that we just our case in Krishna and mat-sthānaṁ. So while doing my job or office, I got two thoughts. First is that I will do this job while remembering Krishna, depending on him, that he will give me proper intelligence to execute. Another is that I should focus on my job or work fully, but I got fear that if I focus fully that I will forget Krishna for those 8 hours and then I think that's so should I focus, what should I do, like remembering Krishna at the back of my mind?
At the initial stage, when you are not really able to do everything for Krishna, right, or even focus your mind on Krishna while doing the job, then the way is offer the results of your action to Krishna. You're doing it, do it, but offer the results.
Dhruva Maharaj went back to Godhead in such a glorious way. We hear how he stepped on the head of death personified and so on. And there are other examples also like Ujjain and all who handily went back to Godhead. So are there different ways of going back to Godhead, like someone who goes back in a very glorious way? I mean, more glorious than the others. Some special way of going back to God.
Everyone goes back to God in a glorious way. Ajamil also went back. He went to Haridwar, performed devotional service. The chariot king. Dhruva Maharaj, as you say, for him also a chariot. And when he was about to step onto the chariot, he saw death personified, standing before him. Thoda kripa kijiye. So Dhruva Maharaj stepped on his head.
When I went to Balaji in December, I shaved up my hair.
You did?
Yes.
What was your desire?
To me it was Balaji is Krishna, and to me it was like surrendering my ego. So when I came back, I was getting a lot of comments from various devotees, and I told them it's just hair, it will grow back again, it's not a problem. But just for devotees' knowledge, is it okay to do it in ISKCON or not? Should we do it or not?
No need. Krishna is not interested in your hair. Krishna is, for materialistic people, it's a big offering. Oh, my hair. My entire beauty is gone now. But for devotees, for Krishna, he doesn't care for our hair. It's just the stool of his body. Why should Krishna do this? Krishna is interested in your soul. So in order to offer it to him, we have to purify it. Because Krishna won't take our dirty souls. So dirty soul's place is material nature. But the material nature is providing the facility to purify us. And when the soul is purified, then Krishna will help us to develop a life. So we simply make an endeavor. We cannot also clean the soul. We simply endeavor to do that. We simply desire to do that. But when you desire intently, sincerely, then Krishna actually helps. So what's going on in this Balaji temple and all, it's actually a group of unfortunate souls are simply misusing their opportunity to receive the mercy.
Krishna Guru, thank you for being our spiritual master and guide. I have two small questions I hope you can answer. We see that Dhruva Maharaj, he met a great soul, Narad Muni, and he performed tapasya, chanting the holy names, and his result, he came with kama, and in the end we see he had akama. But his destination was a planet just outside the spiritual world, but it's a Vaikuntha planet. What is the hope for us to attain the highest destination? If we have not even met Narad Muni.
Your hope is that you have been born in this 28th Chaturjuga of the Vaivashat, 28th Chaturjuga of the Vaivashata Manantar, and at a time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and performed his pastimes, and Prabhupada came and distributed it all over the world, and that is your hope.
The second question, while you were giving the class, I kind of put it in my own thought that Srila Prabhupada, just as Dhruva Maharaj attained such a wonderful situation, we also, Srila Prabhupada has awarded us ISKCON, which is the same destination. But Dhruva Maharaj had no desire. When we come to ISKCON, we gave up this gross desire. But then subtle desire is also there. Either in many ways, like I am a sannyasi, I want to be a sannyasi, I am president, I am head pujari, I am devotee for 500 years. So I am very senior. So
you know anyone?
so is it okay, or is a devotee meant to be without desire?
You see, akamo sarva-kamo va, moksha kamo āvartate, tibrena bhakti yogena, jajeto purusha. It doesn't matter whether one has desire, full of desire, or whether one is devoid, or whether one is desiring liberation from the material bondage, or one who is so broad-minded that he doesn't have any material desire. When one becomes engaged in devotional services to Supreme Personality of Godhead, he gradually becomes free from those states that may be. Those are temporary. So whether one has desire or not, you see, as long as you have the material body, you're bound to it. The body's needs are there. Therefore, devotional service in practice takes us out of that material condition and prepares us for devotion, for spiritual elevation. So the point is, whoever it is, whatever situation one is in, if he is engaged in devotional service, in due course of time, Okay. Yes.
Maharaj Uttanapad and Dasat Maharaj were in Satyavin and Chaitanya. So at that time, Varnashram was there and Grihastashram, they just married for breeding children. Then why they are attached to their wife?
That shows that everybody is attached to his wife. It is like that. Material nature is like that. The desire for, it's with attraction for the opposite sex is a natural. That's the nature of the body. A male body is attracted to a female body, and a female body is attracted to a male. But when one becomes situated on the spiritual platform, then it is free from attraction. Okay. This way you can see that even such exalted personalities, like the son of Dhruva, grandson of Brahma, is so attached. So if their situation is like that, what to speak of us? Last question.
You mentioned that this greater responsibility means greater opportunity to serve. You said that with the arrival of greater responsibility, the big pride also comes. So, what are the basic steps which a leader should take to move this kind of pride?
Yeah. The thing is that we are saying that the pride comes, and why does now you have to consider, why does the pride come? Why does one feel proud? Because he is functioning on the platform of false ego. He is functioning on the bodily platform. Now, should one function on the bodily platform or on the spiritual? So, when one acts on the spiritual platform, then there is no pride. Associate with the devotee. When you associate with the devotee, then by being advised by them, by seeing their example, you will become attracted to Krishna. Okay. Two more questions. One is J.K. Gopal Base. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you Maharaj for such a wonderful class. Please tell how we can control Vaishnava upariṣṭāds by not committing Vaishnava upariṣṭāds. And the first consideration is become aware of Vaishnava upariṣṭāds. That's why every morning we remind ourselves what is the Vaishnava upariṣṭāds, the 10 offenses. The nāvartate. In Vaishnava upariṣṭāds, you remind yourself that you are here to serve the Vaishnava, not to offend the Vaishnava. So stay in the right association again. By staying in the proper association, you will be able to develop this attitude of pleasing the Vaishnava instead of offending the Vaishnava. Next is Mahatma Devi Dasi. One time we are waiting for the special devotee service, devotional service. Or sometimes we are waiting for the special devotional service. But actually Krishna sends so many opportunities and we miss them. How to see this clearly and accept. Yeah. So Krishna, as you say, Krishna sends so many opportunities and all these opportunities are actually special. Therefore, when the opportunities come, grab it. Like if the temple president asks you, I don't know where you stay, whether you stay, but I'm talking about for a general devotee. Like when the temple president says, Prabhu, can you please wash the pots? Instead of thinking, why are you asking me? I'm such a senior devotee. Why don't you ask some new bhakta from you? Like instead of thinking that way, we should jump at the prostrate. Oh, there is some opportunity to watch the cause, to render some service. Let's go. Prabhu, can you please sweep the temple? Oh, sure, Prabhu. Or if you're a congregation devotee, you're living outside and the temple devotees come and ask you, Mataji, can you please cook the Sunday feast today? Or cut some vegetables? You should take it as a wonderful opportunity sent by Krishna to render your service. So in this way, whenever this opportunity comes to render service, take full advantage of it. That is the secret of success. Thank you very much. All glories to Krishna.